Morning guys, Martin here with the CarCast, and it's only going to be a very quick one today, partly because I forgot that it was Thursday and I'm almost already at the shop, and secondly because there's not a massive amount to go through today. So could this be the shortest CarCast ever? We'll see. I'll end up just sitting parked up. So it's the Northwest Open this weekend. Very excited. Everything's kind of just slotted into place. Some sort of guardian angel sat on my shoulder looking after me, because we've had the week from hell where your best laid plans, I think is the expression, isn't it? And things just keep cropping up or going wrong or whatever it might be. The mats were meant to arrive on Tuesday and they didn't. Sorry, on Monday, and they didn't. So then they were out for delivery on Tuesday. I was like, okay, this is all good. And then they didn't arrive, so I rang up and I had to put an issue complaint in to make sure that they arrived yesterday. And they didn't. They didn't go onto a van. So arguing with DHL, like no one's business, and thought, they're not going to arrive till Friday. That's just going to knock everything back. And then my argument obviously rang through to them, and they got a phone call back saying that they've managed to get them on another van and they're on the way. So they arrived last night. We put what terrain was already painted on them so that we could see which bits still needed doing, and there's still an awful lot of terrain to finish off. It's painted, it just needs blending into the mats and like little details like doors and what have you, picking out here and there. So that's why I'm on my way in so early this morning. It's also why I forgot to start recording this, because my mind's so focused on it. I've still got loads of white scars to paint. Some of them have gone from black to top grey and are ready for white. Some of them aren't even primed. But yeah, we'll get them done, and if I don't, then I'll just do basic 3-colour block, and that's acceptable. And I apologise up front to any of my opponents for not fielding a perfect army, but I'm trying to give you a perfect event at the same time, and maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew. Time will tell. We've got 2 days left. I think we're on 38 players, which is fantastic for the first event, but it's just brilliant. 38 people, and I genuinely believe that these people will watch, and then on the next event that we do, which is going to be January, I wouldn't be surprised if we sell out, because you would want to believe that 30 of the 38 will come back, because not everybody can always make it back again, but there are a lot of other people who are waiting to see how this one goes and see what people report on it before they jump into the next one. So then if the next one sells out, then you definitely believe that the third one will start selling out quickly, because that's where we want to be. We want to get to a point where we announce a tournament in plenty of advance, 3 to 6 months advance, and when we announce it, it sells. We want to sell to capacity, because from a business point of view, it helps us run things, and from a customer point of view, it means you're always going to big events. We're not, I keep saying it, we're not wanting to be a local hobby shop that has some tables and puts some games on. The way we've set the tournament halls up is they are tournament halls, they're not just gaming halls. We want to be a national tournament centre, and that's what we're aiming for anyway. But yeah, so excited about that. Anxious to make sure it all finishes and goes okay, but yeah, it's the shop. Don't know whether you can see it off the camera there. There you go. I'm sat at the lights, and then there's my finger. There you go, I'm back. That's what you want to see, isn't it? But yeah, what I did want to talk about, Ian, one of my customers, hi Ian, mentioned, well, I didn't mention, he asked me why have I changed the price on the tables. Sure, I'm doing myself out of money. And the answer is quite simple. We were charging £3.50 per player, and we dropped to £2.50. And the only reason is, generally speaking, there's 2 people play on the table, so it's £5 then. Because sometimes one person will just pay for the 2, sometimes you pay individually, but a £5 just sounds a whole lot cheap. £3.50 to £2.50 doesn't sound bad, but the difference between £5 and £7 sounds massive. And the charge is in there to cover the cost of obviously all the terrain and the mats and the maintenance And it's not just buying a packet of MDF and sticking it on a table. It's everything that it covers. If you think for one piece of terrain, for one building, it might cost me, I don't know, for argument's sake, it cost me £10 for the building. It then costs me time and money for a member of staff to put that building together, plus the glue or whatever's needed. And the glue doesn't cost much, but it all adds up. And it's the time that it costs to build and paint it, it's the cost of the mats and everything else, and also it stops people just abusing the store. So when you come into play, then you're generally a customer in the store as well. And it's not to say that I don't welcome anybody into the store. Anybody can come in, browse and buy things and what have you, but what I don't want to end up being is like Games Workshop in the summer, where it's just full of kids, where the parents just drop them off and think that alright, they're safe there for a few hours. If you're going to drop your kids off, then I expect I'm not a babysitter, I expect some money. So it covers that, which hopefully makes a better environment for the people who are playing, because that they know then that everybody is invested in the store then, because otherwise you'll get other people who will just come and sit in and they'll use your tables, they'll play all the time, but then they still just go and buy everything off the internet and they never buy anything in store. People I've spoken to who own stores, they've said that when they put the table charge in, what seemed to be happening was the players who spent money in the store didn't bat an eye, that they just carried on with it, and they were quite accepting of it. They thought, yeah, it's putting money back into the store. The players who complained about it were the players that never spent any money and stopped coming to the store. So out of the 4 or 5 different people I've spoken to, they've all said it's the best thing they've done. Now a lot of them charge £5 per player, so we're half that. It's a nominal fee, but I don't know, the people who have asked about it have said that they're fine with it, but they're the ones that come in. I don't know whether or not it's putting other people off, but you get, and it's worth mentioning, you get an entire day for it. So it's not, if you're coming in to play 40k, it's not £2.50 each, and then after you've finished your game, if you want to go and play Malifaux, you've got to pay again. It's like an entrance fee almost. You pay it and you're in for the entire day. You can come and go as much as you want. You can go and get some lunch, come back, go home, have a kip, come back. We're open obviously through the week through till 11:30, so it just covers everything. You're not restricted to one game, and I don't think that message is potentially very clear, so hence why I'm saying it on here. But yeah, we've dropped it to £2.50. Memberships are still available, £10 for 1 month, or sorry, £20 for 1 month, or £60 for 6 months, which makes it the equivalent of £10 a month, or then save a further £20 and do £100 for a whole year. £100 a lot of money to lay out in one go, so I understand why not everybody does it, but it obviously saves you the most money. As and when the website goes live, that means the newsletters will start coming, and you'll get your newsletter 24 hours before everybody else if you're a member, which from a tournament point of view, we've just been talking about, hopefully we're going to get to a situation where we're selling out of ticket space. If you're getting a 24-hour heads up on events, then it means you're more likely to get a ticket. If we get to that situation, fingers crossed it'll work. But yeah, that's why it's there. Other things, we're hit and miss with Facebook. We spoke about it either last week or the week before. I think once this Northwest Open is out of the way, you'll see a definite change in social media. I might even start using Twitter, because I don't, and I don't know who does use it, so I'm not massive with it. Maybe even Instagram. Pass, don't know. Apparently I've got an Instagram account. Paul set it up when he was with us, so I need to go into that, and I need to change passwords and stuff on that actually. So yeah, we'll start using social media better. We'll start pushing events better. We'll start letting people know what's going on in store, and pictures of the store or pictures of stock that have come in, and videos, little 20-second videos of things that have come in, rather than just putting a list in of, oh, this game's coming, this game's coming, this game's coming. Show you that side of it. But it will all pick up. because once this event is done this weekend, then that's it. The halls are 90% finished. It's just furnishings and artwork on the walls. I've still got the vinyls to do. There are still jobs to do in the shop, but there's nothing huge to do. All the systems are in place, all the document packs, tournament packs are in place, just waiting for the final bits to come from the printers this morning. The trophies are all set up with the trophy shop, so that they're just on a demand thing. I just need to give them 3 days notice, and everything can run smooth. So the next event we've got is X-Wing. Next big event, sorry, is X-Wing. There might be a Game of Thrones event for the Game of Thrones card game, which would be great to get 8 to 10 people. I can't see it being many more than that, especially at short notice. Looking at the 13th of August for that one, but the next big one that we're running is the X-Wing one, which we'll probably see about 30 people. If we hit 40, we're going to double the prize fund, but we're already sorted for it. So we've got all the mats, we've got all the systems in place, all the TVs in place, all the chairs are in place, all the tables are in place, so we're ready now, and it just makes it easier. Whereas for the Troll Trader event and the Northwest Open, we've had to get things ready, we've had to get the scenery and stuff. We've still got a load of scenery to do for the likes of, then, say, the Malifaux event in September, or the Batman events sort of towards the end of the year, but that's then all we've got to do. We can just split our focus better. We have got obviously another event beforehand. We've got the Mark III Steamroller event, and it's not that that's not a big event, it's more a case of somebody else is running that. Phil's running that, so I almost tend to forget that it's on, but that could be huge. That's a really low ticket price, and it could be massive. I think there's about 14 coming at the moment. If you're into it, come and play. Let's make that 20. Let's make it more, and we can sit. Don't know. We can definitely sit 60. I think we can do 80. To be fair, but I don't know. We're not going to hit 80. It's 60 anyway. So it doesn't matter. But yeah, we can do that. I mean, we can sort things out. But I said it wasn't going to be a stupidly long one. We're already on 13 minutes nearly. It is what it is this morning. Wanted to talk about the table fees, wanted to talk about the Northwest Open and my lack of painted scars, but the scenery's all coming to an end now, and it's all getting onto the tables. Alcohol licence is in, so that's available. We've got drinks, and we're not stupid prices, so £2.95 for a Corona or Beck's, and then same £2.95. I think everything's just £2.95. £2.95 for Jack Daniels with a splash, so either Coca lemonade, whatever. Gin and tonic, £2.95. We're not being stupid. We're not charging like £5-6 like some bars do, because we're not a bar. But at the same time, yeah, we'll throw them on. And then there's wine available as well. Red, white, and rosé. Fridges and stuff are in or en route, I should say. So yeah, it's all getting done and dusted and sorted, and I'm going to knock off at that point, because now we're nearly at 14 minutes, and I want to make it the shortest one, and also I need to get in and get stuff done. So thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it sounds a bit rushed this morning. I've got a lot to do before the event's finished. We could run the event tomorrow, we could run the event today. There's enough stuff there. It's more just putting the nice little frills to things, so that's what we're doing over the next couple of days. So listen, guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.